What's up guys and girls, how you doing? Haiku here, back again with another video, and today we are playing Ghost of Tsushima. Now don't worry, this is no spoilers or anything. I've already completed the game, went through all of the main quests and all the side quests with the specific characters, so you won't be seeing that. You'll be seeing me, right now I'm just trying to go through the island, take care of every single camp that's there, and, you know, just try and get 100% the game. That's what I'm mainly focusing on. But today we are talking about the top 10 things that should be added to Ghost of Tsushima. Now, this is my own personal opinion, and some of the stuff might not actually happen, some of the stuff might happen. Excuse me, it all sort of depends what Sucker Punch does with the game, and how they're going to sort it all out. Because right now, I love the game. If you guys don't know, I'm a massive history nerd. I love Japanese culture and I love the samurai. My katana is my favourite weapon of all time, hands down. Nothing could beat it. It's just such a beautiful weapon. But the game obviously needs some stuff to happen. And the number one thing that everybody's already asking for is a New Game Plus. New Game Plus is going to become, it has to, it'll be stupid if they don't. Getting a New Game Plus in will get people to play their game a lot more, and it'll bring the longevity of it. So you start a new game with all your gear, all your skills and whatnot, and yeah, you'll be going in pretty much like I have the Sakai clan armor at max level right now, so I can go in and do have a standoff against like 5 people at the beginning of the game, when at the start you could only do 1 or 2 people. So I really want them to add a New Game Plus. They will at some point, but we just have to wait and see. A second thing for me personally, I would like to add, I don't know if they'll add, or a lot of people have issues with this, and it's an auto pickup mechanic. So as you can see, when you kill people, you pretty much see the glow and they have an item. I don't want to constantly tap the R2 button, or well, yeah, R2, I've forgotten, as it's a PlayStation exclusive, you moron. So yeah, I just don't want to tap the R2 button, you know, just picking everything up, because I don't have time for that. I've got people to kill, I've got people to slay. Just let me just get my stuff without having to pick it up. Now obviously, if there's around the map, like the iron that you saw there, like bamboo, kunais and stuff like that, just laying on the map, it's understandable. But I don't want to go up to an enemy, have it to pick it up, then go to my next target. It's just so slow. It slows the game down for me personally, because I'm constantly having to go around every enemy to make sure I picked everything up I can, because there's supplies I need to pick up. I use kunais a lot, so I need to use the kunai, and there's just so much that I need to do. So the way they could easily implement it into the game is by making it a skill, kind of like what they do in Assassin's Creed, stuff like that, and Far Cry. When you assassinate somebody, you automatically pick up the loot. So obviously it's more of a stealth approach to get it sort of done. It could either be done stealthy, or it could have been done in like a normal skill tree. It's like, okay, you just want to pick this up, fine, okay, there you go, you've got it, sort of thing. You don't have to constantly tap R2 to get absolutely everything. It'll just make life so much easier. The next thing added to the list, which is number 3, but is in no particular order, is a sitting sort of like animation or emote. So when you go into photo mode and you want to take a beautiful picture of the landscape, and the only thing you can really use is the sword stances and the flute. Now obviously using the flute and the sword stance is great, but I feel like they could have implemented a lot more in the photo mode. It's like they could have added a sort of another sort of slot in there that allows you to pick different styles of positions to be in. So you could have your stance position, you can have your dueling position, you could have obviously the sitting position. There's a lot of creative things you'll be able to do in photo mode to allow you to get the beautiful and greatest pictures. I'm part of a group on Facebook and they make the best photos. It would have been amazing if they added like sort of positions you could put into the emotes and whatnot, so you become look a lot better and cooler. So let's say, for example, you're sitting on top of a mountain looking across the valley, and the only thing you can do is have a sword out or flute. It's okay, but you could do a lot better. You could pretty much be like sitting down, meditating, looking out across the valley, or you can have your sword ready to go and attack, like you're going on an adventure. You've got to go through that valley and take down anybody you want to see. So if they could add like sort of animations into the photo mode, or even just a simple sitting in mode, that would be fantastic. Now for this one, it's more of a mechanical point of things. I'm going to be talking more about the animal guides. So obviously in the game you have two animals that can guide you. If you go to a fox den, you obviously take you to a shrine. The fox is fine. It's the little yellow birds that I know I personally have issues with, and so does everyone else. Now, for the birds, obviously they fly. So to get you to the location, they're like, okay, I want you to climb up this mountain, even though there is no ledge or anything for you to reach it. So I feel like they could do better with it, and sort of like, I was like, okay, you want to get from here to this location, which will give you a cool katana. You can't climb this thing. I'll take you around the mountain and show you the right way. Instead of like, okay, I want you to go up this mountain, even though there's nothing to get you there. So if they could improve the bird guides, that would be great and fantastic. I feel like if they do, they would have to do it in a certain way and sort of try to figure out the mechanics. But this is a small detail that I personally feel like they could have done better, but it's okay as it is. And another thing would like to have in the game is a better end game. You've done everything. You've completed all the missions. You've completed all the side quests with the specific characters. All that's really is left to do is complete random people's sub quests and just gather the last of the things. And once you've done that, it is done. I feel like they could improve it in a bunch of different ways. And sort of for the better end game, I've got sort of a few things added to make the end games more interesting. And one of the things would be a Mongol invasion sort of like mini game. So Mongols haven't really left Tsushima left yet, even though their leader has gone. So I felt like it could have been something interesting that it could be like, even though it wouldn't really be great because it's like you spent all this time capturing like all these posts and stuff. It'd be nice to have an invasion. So it's like they come back in and take specific posts. So you're able to go back into them posts and gather more resources and give the game, again, a longevity. So let's say, for example, the base I just cleared, it's like within a certain amount of time, you get an NPC run up to you and be like, my lord, they've taken over so, and it's like, you can go back to them bases, take them on again, and get more gear, get more loot, get more resources that you need. It will just make the game way better and way more fun, in my personal opinion. Okay, this is my personal opinion. Don't come at me. And another thing, obviously there's builds in this game. So like right now, I'm a tanky sort of guy. I tank, I take hits, and I don't really... Well, I deal with the damage, I just take a lot more hits. I feel like they could do very good builds in this game. And with the builds, obviously, they use equipment. For me, personally, I feel like they could have added a bit more equipment slots. I haven't fully upgraded them yet, but I feel like they could have done a lot more. Because I feel like, personally, I just get them slots and that's it. It's like, I want to start off a battle throwing all my kunais out to get people staggered, so then I can use my heavenly swing or ray of the sword. I can't remember the exact ability, but it allows you to get more builds in and get more creative. So I feel like if they added more equipment slots, it'd be great, because I personally use a metric ton of kunais. Like, kunais are my favorite thing. So yeah, if they could do that, that will be fantastic. It'd be great. That brings on to another thing that make the end game better, like more upgrades. Now, I don't mean more upgrades for the armor, for the bow. I'm talking again with the equipment. Like, you can get kunais that sort of have explosive bombs at the end of it, because you see that in like Naruto and sort of like Japanese style sort of combat. Kunais are used a lot, and it would be awesome if you could fuse it so like you can have a kunai with an explosive on the end, so it could blow up into smoke. It could be explosive, it could be fire. It's like a lot of things you could do with the kunai, but obviously with you being a samurai and honourable, they don't really expect people to want stuff like, oh, I want this sort of thing, I want that sort of thing, I want my kunais to explode. Again, they just want to say, look, you're an honourable samurai, you just have a normal kunai. But once you turn into the ghost, obviously everything is your weapon. So why not mix the kunai with the explosives, with the smokes, with the fires, stuff like that? It would be a great thing to get. So you can get a kunai, like throw it, it'll stick into someone, it'll explode. And the stagger and the explosion is a good combo. So obviously you don't want to go, okay, kunai, 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 kunai. Okay, sticky bomb, stick, 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 boom, stuff like that. It'd be great if you could mix of both, so you don't have to flick over to specific things to get the combos you want. And another thing, which is number 9, so we're getting close to the end, is more stuff for the blowgun. Obviously, you get the blowgun at the end of the game, well, almost near the end of the game. You get it at like chapter 2, and you only get 2 bits for the blowgun. You get the poison and the hallucinations. So obviously those are 2 things you basically need, but it would be nice to see a sort of variety of stuff. Like you could get a kunai, and let's say somebody saw you. You can get a kunai that somehow gives plants magical abilities to let people forget where you are, so you get more for your stealth. So obviously you got the smoke bomb, and you could try run and hide, but it'd be great to give something to the blow dart, so you could go find flowers and it will be called like forgetful flowers, or like forgetfulness flowers or something like that. Anything with the word forgetting. So let's say someone saw you and it's only him. You could bring out your blow dart, shoot the dart, and then he'll completely forget about you. He could be blind, he could be dazed, whatever. And it'd be a great thing to add, and it gives more opportunity to do variety of stealth stuff. And the final thing is more arrow varieties. So obviously we have 2 bows. We've got the half bow and the long bow. And with the half bow, you got normal arrows and fire arrows. And with the long bow, you got heavy arrows and explosive arrows. Now, I'm starting to use the bow a lot more than normal, because I normally just go with the bow if there's anyone out of reach and I can't be bothered to run at them. But I'm using the bow a lot more now than before, and I feel like it would have been a fun and interesting thing if they added more variety to the bow. It's like the bow is its own sort of like build on itself, but it'll be nice if they can implement the bow into stealth. Now obviously with the bow you can use it in stealth no matter what, but I feel like because you have to use the normal arrows, and it's like, because you can't use an explosive bow in stealth, you can use it in normal combat, but I think it'd be better if they added stuff to it, like pretty much a smoke bomb sort of arrow. And you can get an upgrade with it so that you can get the smoke bomb with the poison effect. So you can use that charm to pretty much use your bow. And then obviously because of it having a smoke effect, you could add the poison effect to it. So it just means... but then obviously it won't insta-kill, because it will be more of a daze and a stagger. It's another way to stagger a foe. So... you go up to a group of bandits, they're sort of surrounded by a campfire. You pull out your smoke bow, and you have the charm that increases the poison. So you can go and shoot it, and bam, smoke everywhere. You can't see anything. And then they're all dazed and confused, and then the poison is making them stagger, it's making them worse. You'll be able to come in and just combo a chain assassination. And then obviously... they come back in consciousness and they see their friends die, it could cause terror. There's a lot of things you could do with just that smoke arrow alone, depending on your build. But those are sort of like the top 10 things I think they should add to Ghost of Tsushima. If you guys think of anything else that should be in there, let me know in the comments. And if you find this useful, make sure to subscribe and, you know, spread this around. I want people in the Ghost of Tsushima community know what I think should be added to Ghost of Tsushima, and I want them to know what you think as well. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please subscribe. I reached 50 subscribers. I'm only 10 away to get to my goal for 60. If I could get to 60, that'd be great. There'll be more Ghost of Tsushima content coming out, and there's a game coming out Thursday, the 30th of July. I almost forgot the month, which I'll be working on. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.